basically the leaves seem to peak after a few days of really heavy rain, and there's a few spots, not so much on our property, that were just gorgeous, mostly reds and oranges, and it's, still a little bit. And I just wanted to walk around a little bit. I've got junk out here that's, during storms, I've got flower pot blew out here. I've got Layla with me. She's a good girl. And I mean, both dogs are good off the leash. It's just a lot easier to deal with one at a time off the leash. And my son's cold is breaking up. If you hear him coughing, I know it sounds awful, but you know how that is. Like when a bad cold is breaking up, trust me, he's well. He's just a cold breaking up. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is turkey tail. I'm pretty sure it is. Like last year, I'd identified some mushroom in a mushroom group that was turkey tail. I'm pretty sure this is. And we sprayed for ticks over a year ago. I do not like pesticides, but that's how bad the ticks are out here, guys. I don't know why that child's life vest is on that tree stump like that. But let's go move it right now because every time I'm filming something, I'm out here and it's like, oh, beer can. Anyways, mommy cleans up everywhere, even the freaking forest. So I'm starting the fairy. I want to have like a fairy village, and this is one little structure I've got started. I have so many miniatures. I just have a thing for miniatures, and that that was a better than that. But anyways, I'm determined to get that up before it gets cold, cold. Like, I wanna put some of those battery-powered lights out here, or solar. I have some solar lights that are really cool. When we lived off grid, the only lights I had in my bedroom were these solar icicle lights that, I kept the solar panel part in the windowsill, and every night, when the sun went down, and they just automatically came on. I have a thing for dark. I like to be in the dark. I like dark spaces. I don't like really bright light. So to have a forest as a backyard is really cool. But there's pros and cons for it. Honestly, I wouldn't have placed a double wide this close to this many gigantic oak trees personally, but that's how it was. And the best property on the market, for us and our yes, Christopher, it is a beautiful day to walk. Hi, Druva. Hi. Acid burn. I don't practice polygamy, acid burn. Bad things happen in the dark. I'm scared. I'm like, I have developed a I just imagine myself encircled in golden light, and it really does work. Like you need to, protect yourself. Tell anything bad to fuck off. It really does work. But yeah, it is fun to have, but there's lots of, like that burnt stump. There's lots going on. And my husband's done a good job of keeping the forest floor clean. I should be doing some cleanup, like these saplings. There's a lot of wild roses. If you're not familiar with what wild roses are, oh my gosh, they're beautiful, but they are like impossible to get rid of, and they're so thorny, and the thorns are like a fish hook. And it's so funny. Right over here, a daylily grew. Like I mean, like 8 feet in the forest. I have a video of it. I have proof. No matter where you are in Kentucky, if you have any amount of land, there's gonna be junk piles, like, this seems like something they did during construction, and there's, like, a few piles of, like, poured concrete that don't make much sense. The neighbor on their golf cart. But yeah, do lots of target practice out here. Sorry, I'm not saying hi, I didn't see I got new comments. Hi, Brian C. Yes, that's right. I don't ground myself enough, especially because of the ticks. But I would like to create a really good outdoor space where I could literally like walk out my side back door and like around to the backyard, and have it like so I like had it tidy and clean. We thought about laying down rocks because that's a good barrier to stop ticks. And I know it sounds funny, But I would like to, like, put rocks, like, in our backyard, like, make a little backyard fire pit area, and that can also help, because they live, like, in leaf litter mostly this time of year. Oh, baby, bro, there's so many ticks. Honestly, that's the worst part of rural Kentucky, in my opinion. But from what I've heard, they're getting bad everywhere. Like, there's no place that doesn't have an increasing tick problem, like, even in Alaska. So, Zen Garden acid burn, thank you so much. You are helping me grow my membership so much. Tesla, I am in South Central Kentucky. I don't really say the name of the town, but I was born in Louisville, Kentucky. Me and my husband moved here about 3 years ago from Southern Indiana. I guess we're using that tote as target practice now. And, I'll show you guys my chickens. Right now, we just have, our dogs and chickens, and we have a little over an acre. I would really like to get more. We owned 23 acres for just shy of a year, and we ran out of money developing it. But the way I look at it, like, we learned a lot of lessons, but our goal is to be debt free once again. They're gonna think I'm feeding them, so they're gonna, like, go try not to show my kid too. These are our girls. They're Thelma, Louise, Rose, Blanche, Dorothy, and Sophia. I don't have any ponds, TWC. There is a pond not far from here, but not on our property. Now, on the 23 acres we own, we had a few spring-fed ponds, like, those were amazing. That's what I want to have a water source. We do have I guess this is a well. We didn't really know what it was for, like, several months, but that's our well. Um, see the pretty leaves? Let me show you guys the tree line a little better. Just trying not to show, like, my neighbor's house any identifying information. And every homestead has junk laying around. I'm always like, "Oh gosh, it's so junky," but if you spend a lot of time outside and a lot of time it's just kind of inevitable, but I mean, it could be worse. Oh, 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 oh. That's like our little Christmas tree. I wanna put lights on that. Um, oh, like I said, my kid has a cold breaking up. Like, he really is well, but if you hear him cough, like, I know it sounds horrible. I get it. It, like, makes my heart cringe every time I hear it. Property taxes per year, Druva, I hope you're still here. I guess you just Josh, it's only like 600. We have a double wide, which, is like they're cheaper houses, but still, when we owned 23 acres, it was $400 a year, 23 acres. That was with no structures. We had placed a structure on it and sold it in 11 and a half months. So that's one thing. If you have more than 10 acres, I don't know about other states, but in Kentucky, you get like farm exemptions. Um, it's still going to be cheap under 10 acres, but ideally you get 10 plus acres. Layla, Layla, come. Layla, come. I just have Layla out with me right now. Layla, come. Um, actually, honestly, like, I shouldn't have taken her out this soon. I leave them in for an hour after they eat. They have their supper at 4. Layla, come, girly. Layla. She's, like, by my boy, I don't wanna show her right now. Thank you, Richard. We don't have any hot tubs. The bird. So right now, they literally just stopped laying this week because of the weather. Since the weather is getting a little bit warmer for a few days, they might lay usually we get, like, 2 a day between the 6. Those black and white ones lay less than the brown ones. But, yeah, it is disappointing when they stop laying, and you can add a heat source to get them to keep laying, but I almost kinda think it's like nature's way of doing its thing. I just said nature as soon as Oki type nature, that's synchronicity. Hey, Oki. And, like, I kinda like to give them a break, like, give the chickens a break from making eggs. Hey, girly pants, girly pants. People wanna put so hard for girly. There's my girl. Sorry, I know it's kind of annoying when people make the baby voices with their pets. I try not to do that. But yeah, they love the woods. That's I need to make a trip to the vet. All the animals need that flea and tick crap. That's one thing I'm not fond of, but if your animals spend time out here, it's like They need it. Oh, hey, honey bunny. Honey bunny's got a pan. He's gonna cook in the wood. He's got heavy duty boots on too. Just just letting everybody know, you really need good boots. That's like one of the first things my husband bought me when we moved here. Diamond, how are you doing, Diamond? I'm glad you made it because I was thinking of you and how you said you love the wood. I wanted to capture the last little bit of fall, you know? Me and Diamond were talking about going on a flea market trip one day once I get my first viral video and I have a disposable income. I'm gonna go to Eastern Kentucky and get to know Eastern Kentucky and pick up Diamond, and we're gonna go shopping. I think that there must be so many like, all the history around here, like I mean, I think to go flea market shopping in, like, New England would be the ultimate, really. I don't see any mushrooms, Tesla. I showed some what I think is turkey tail. I haven't found any of those kinds of mushrooms. I'm sure you know, like, they usually grow in, like, cow patties, right? Um, but I do contemplate making tincture out of this one year. I think it's old now, but I think this is turkey tail. Now, I could be wrong. You can see, like, the rings, um, and when I had Facebook about a year or maybe 2, I identified it. I know there's turkey tail out here. It's 78 in Oklahoma, Okie, that's crazy. It's gonna be 67 tomorrow. Dogs can find morels too. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I've never done that I would like to do. I've never went morel hunting. She just, like, bumped into me so hard. I don't know if you saw the camera. She's so funny. But yes, I love moss, I love mushrooms, I love plants, I love trees, I love everything about being outside. Me and my husband, I remember a few years ago when we started talking about selling our house and like, look how pretty. We both talked about how we both always wanted a creek, you know, like, that's I will be rich. I felt rich when I had a porta potty and no running water because I had that. Well, actually, technically, the creek wasn't ours, honestly. If you ever see a creek on my videos, that's like it was the property boundary, but it was technically their creek, the neighboring property. But still, you know, they didn't live there. So, anyways, yeah, it is a little scary when you're walking in the woods and you come across somebody, which has happened to me on our properties, and they're always really cordial, really good guys just out hunting. So, you know, that bear in the woods thing, it's like, if he's a Kentuckian, he's probably all right. Bear or man. I'm sorry, trying to show my kid. Of course, he's being like a mommy magnet. You know how that goes. Albino penis envy is the best I've tried. That's funny. I've know I've heard that before because that stuck with me. Not the albino part, but the penis envy. We should tag along. I love thrifting. Yeah, that would be cool, Okie. Solar panels are getting pretty efficient. Right. That's one thing that I learned. Just because a solar panel says it holds X amount of power and whatever, you know, doesn't necessarily mean that it does or that it will every day. You know, that's like one thing you really have to overcompensate. And we didn't do that. We had enough solar to have like a mini fridge and some fans, not enough to have like air conditioning. Um, Tesla, I take a big like spotlight out with me. My husband makes when I walk at night, except for like when the moon is full, like it is pretty full lately. That's when you really realize, like, why people um, had a ball when the moon was full and really celebrated that every month because it's amazing to be able to, like, see and everything's lit up. It is so dark out here, guys. I've never been in a place where I can see so many stars. It's so dark out here at night that even with your brights on, you're, like, hard pressed to see. Oh my gosh, the fog was incredible today, and I did take a little video of it. Um, that's probably my second biggest complaint from the ticks, but it's really not that big of a deal, but, like, the changes in elevation lends to, like, a lot of fog. I mean, like, fog like you've never dealt with in your life. I wanna say I wanna say bye to you guys, like, face to face. Get ready for a jump scare. Ah. I'm trying not to show my I didn't show my house, did I? I just tomorrow night panels lose efficiency over time. Yes, gotta have big battery bank. Yes, definitely, okay, and me and my husband are both just, like, a little, like, neither one of us are, like, very I don't know what to call it, electricity minded. Okay, I need to go. Tomorrow night is super moon night. It will be the largest you will ever see in your lifetime. Really, Acid? I should do a little live then. Good night, Munchie. Are you deer hunting? No. Oh, okay, thank you. All those fallow leaves are the best manure with the chicken drops. Oh, Druva, yes, and we save their bedding, like, we use, like, what, like, cedar shaving or something, and we compost their, like, poo and their bedding shavings for sure. Can you show your walk-in? What are you talking about, Diamond? I'm sorry, what are you talking about? I don't have that big shed I used to have. Is that what you're talking about? I love you, Acid Burn. I love you, Okie. I love you, Diamond. We seriously, Diamond, we are going to go on a shopping spree. One day we're gonna laugh about ever struggling, and we're gonna shop together. I love you all. It was nice walking around with you for a minute, and hopefully I see you